Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go!
So at least if you open this Sundays, because there's a listed Sunday, hopefully we can get a second team that shows up.
Knockout!
And to be able to put that within our community.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Because if you think about it, there's millions of people in North America. Europe. Almost like 8 to 9 million people from those.
Let's see. Good morning. I'm going to join Akai's league. Right now I cannot get into that room yet. So we're just kind of watching some VFTV matches, and I've been watching the stream. But I'm pretty excited for to play in the last league. I woke up late today. I woke up 12 my time. So that's like an hour into the leagues. Then I also was extremely groggy, so it took me some time to even be ready to play. But I'm still groggy. But this is going to be a lot of fun. The next league is about to accept entrance. And so right now I'm going to fix the Twitch game listing.
Round 1.
I've had a good weekend. My weekend has gone pretty good, so far things are good for me. I played a little bit on Friday. I got to rank up that day. It was so really wonderful. And so, yeah. So VF treated me very good this week. Juicebox joined us. It was a really good room. Everybody in the room was very good. It was like high, intermediate, and advanced, you know. Pretty much all advanced, actually. So that was one. Now, Kai's League always has the password of the current date, so 0410. Alright, see if I can get some time to warm up. I wish I had time, or I wish I had made time this morning to do an adjustment to my stick right now. Right now the washer's kind of under the panel, and I need to address that. It's causing some additional friction in my setup, which my setup is normally low friction. But yeah. That said, looking forward to playing with Big Willie. I couldn't hear, I was in a loud area when I asked Akai this, but I asked Akai if Big Willie is Texas Leon, because I'm kind of having the gut feeling that he is. And I have a feeling that maybe he is Texas Leon. So, Texas Leon's really strong VF player since VF5 Vanilla at least. And yeah, really good. And what I'm watching is, he's not doing flashy stuff, but he is doing very frame good stuff, and that's very scary. So, he's using high jab at the right times to beat situations that people take for granted, which is maximizing the use of Leon, because Leon is one of the 4 characters with the 11 frame jab in this game. So, in this game it's easier to remember who's got a fast jab. There's 4 characters, 2 classic characters, and 2 modern characters, right? No, 3 classic characters. So, Pai, Kage, Leon are the 3 classic characters, and then also Eileen. So, Pai, Kage, and Leon, and then Eileen. Those 4 have an 11 frame jab. Everybody else has got a 12 frame jab. It's actually easier to remember than previous VF games where you had 11, 12, and 13 frame jabs. So, yeah. Hey, David Blaine. Always awesome to see you. And when the league starts, I will close the Akai stream that's on my iPad because I gotta minimize any sources of lag in my house. My kids are using devices, and I'm totally cool with it because weekends are the days they're allowed to do their digital entertainment. And so, you know, saying, hey, don't do it because I want to play my league didn't feel right to me. You know, it's easier to say it on a weekday, but I'm also the type that's gonna work around it. I usually just don't play at the times that they're on. Sundays are the exception. Alright, so Big Willie's out. That makes me sad. I really like Big Willie.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Yeah, so Blaze is playing Jackie right now. He's been playing John lately. It's a good mix. Jackie is really, really good, but, you know, like, I think Blaze is at the level where the rewards further come from an advanced feel of the game, and his feel is getting there. But he's probably going to hit a plateau with Jackie now, and then but as he learns more through John or other characters or more Jackie, he will hit like another climb soon, I think. So it's just, VF really expresses the experience gaps a lot. It really, really does. And this is a hard thing for a lot of people learning VF to accept. Especially like, because in the beginning you might feel so strong when you have the basics. Or when you have parts of the basics at the beginning. And then you feel like the real struggle in the 20s. And then you figure out what you're missing there, or hopefully you do. Usually there, it's going to start requiring you to use advanced defense techniques, or like that those will make a huge difference. But then you feel like you're in a stalemate when you first learn those. Like when you first do fuzzy guard, it doesn't enhance your offense, but it layers your defense in a way that's, you know, comparable to like Tekken. You know, so you just start having a lot of good defense, but you don't know what to do with it. So you have a lot of time trying to figure out what to do with it. And then later learning that, okay, this is something to counter too. So, you know, that struggle tends to happen in the 20s, 30s. Similar with learning ECD. So, Virtua Fighter is a game where you just really got to get good at learning a lot of different tools. So, master your whole toolbox, right? The hammer, the screwdriver, even the mallet. Like, why is that even different from a hammer? There's a difference. It's better at pounding wood pigs. You know, you don't want to shatter them. You know. So, but get good at the wrench, you know. Last week, or sometime this week, I had mentioned like why a lot of tunnel vision happens in Virtua Fighter, and it's pretty simple. It's like that old saying, you know, if all you know how to use is a hammer, then every problem in the world is gonna look like a nail, right? And in VF, when you're developing your hammer, you're trying to fit it in all the situations, which makes it harder for you, but also because you're trying to master that technique. So you want to make those mistakes. You want to learn where it doesn't work, where it does work. And so a lot of problems are kind of like that. There's so many little problems that you have to learn in VF. So when you're developing a skill, you're trying to maximize its use against random opponents, you know. And so that can also make you tunnel vision. That's not bad. That's part of the learning process. So some of those you accept. The hard part then is that tunnel vision deepens, so that even when you're no longer trying to do that learning, but you're trying to just play, you might be you're so focused, you're using your cognitive resources to really try to find all the nails in the game. And so this makes it harder for you to do situational awareness, which this game is all about. especially Final Showdown, is constant, non-stop situation checking. More than even, I think more than some of the other VFs, or at least it translates in a different way. It's more of the up-close situation checking that's just happening all the time. And so, to get better, so that's why breaks are really good. When you take a break, you have a clear mind, and you start being able to recognize that that's a nail, that's a bolt, you know, that's a peg, you know, and so you start using the tools a little better. You start lining up what tools you use instead of being obsessed with a certain problem. All right, do this. This will be good. Let's do this.
You'd better take me seriously. Round 1.
Oh, Jinx, awesome. Jinx is good. Jinx is really good. All right, and our connection's not so good though. Alright, let's do the neutral forward. What? Okay, my punch didn't come out. That's okay. It like skipped there. Not the move I want. He had the right idea. I'm gonna probably lose this one. This is good warm up. Good thing to warm up with. Remembering, like, okay, things are not gonna fly as immediate, so I gotta get it out. Good. Nice choice. Okay, I got lucky. Low punch is the move to use against Go. The combo needs low punch. I can't do sharp stuff right now. I gotta pick slower options. Nice, good going to down. Good game. Okay, that was good to do warm up because I will make those mistakes in the league. Right now, I have to make hard decisions a little sooner against Go especially, which is already scary. That's already something you have to do. Right now, I really got to do it because of the because there's hiccups, and so some stuff might come out later, just slightly. It's not broken at all. It's just what it is. But if you can feel where those disruptions are happening, you can work around it. So I'll work around it. But it's awesome to have DreFei in here. DreFei is so good. Plays so many characters. Will invest time to read people. So, like, you know, don't get too cocky if you're winning against him at the first, because he's just watching what you're doing and trying to, and then he'll test stuff out. He tinkers, he watches. His actual play speed is really fast. Like in offline, he is like extremely fast. He plays like with an East Coast speed that not many West Coasters do. Jinx is really good. Like, I like Jinx's decision making a lot. I like Jinx's flowchart.
Round 3. Ready, go! Excellent! Round 4.
So DreFei is coming from SoCal, SoCal tends to have a more difficult connection. But I usually have a good connection with DreFei. Nice, DreFei called out that mix up. The downside to cutting off strings is that you do open yourself up to an immediate jab or low jab. It's just the opponent's got to be predicting that that's what you're going to do. But it's better than some of the problems that you do have with it. Okay, so I'm on the buy this round. Okay. Alright, here we go, guys. This is an awesome room. It's a toss-up who could win this. Any of these 5 could take number 1. So there's gonna, it's really, really good. Jinx, Jinx is really doing well, and if like some of us get have disruptions or like don't work around the disruptions, Jinx is really strong. Jinx is strong in both, and what that means doesn't mean that Jinx is a lag master. It just means that Jinx is really good at both speeds. At both, Jinx makes really strong immediate decisions that will be really good on very online setups situations, and Jinx also makes really good decisions for offline. So it's more like extra layer in the armor. It's really good. They're gonna get the benefit. They're gonna get damage for their decisions. But Dre Fei is no stranger to that. So it's just up to if he's gonna stubbornly try to play his offline game online, or if he's gonna play according to what what online stage we're on. I like to think of it that way. I think it's a better way to do it, because then you try to solve the problem. You try to work around what obstacles are there, just like ring outs or walls, or time. So complaining doesn't help, right? But trying to find an answer is generally more positive. Not just for attitude, but for results. And Jinx's go is getting better and better. He's doing stuff on reads, and he responds to the sidekick with like, okay, I'm gonna start using sidekick, or I'm gonna start using kick Sabaki. Alright, that's good. He should translate that into PK4. If PK4 is so good. Leon goes like, I'm gonna set my back turn game, but it comes off of my PK punish. It's so nasty. And I assume he's already holding forward when he does PK, but if he's not, he absolutely should do that. By holding forward, when you do jab, you extend the range of your jab, and that is huge. There are some things that's the only way to punish. Alright, Akai, let's see how this goes. I'm not sharpened at all right now. I might die badly in this league, but I'm gonna do what I can. But it's hard when I feel uncertain against Akai. It makes it harder. So usually earlier games are rougher for me. So let's see what we got, and let's see what Akai's got. I know he does figure stuff out for me. Playing a little slower, but be careful. I thought I had punched before that. Dang it. Alright, we got through. Just a little hiccup. Pie's tough though, because that low stun, low recovery means like you have to do your answer so quickly against her. Drives me nuts always. So, but it's good stuff. I think Akai hesitated a little more than normal. Not just passive play, but like I think there was hesitation. But we'll see. I'd have to rewatch the replay. Alright. That should be a heck of a battle, Jinx versus Dre Fei. Should be quite a battle that's going on there. And 3 battle league, or that's scary. I know, 4 battle league. That's scary. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go, Jinx. This is gonna be rough. Money's on Jinx. Money's on Jinx. I gotta really adjust, and I don't know if I've got it right now. I feel like I need a few more games to fight better. But let's see.
Ready, go!
Oh, come on, what the... Really? Okay. It is Jinx versus me is a rough one. This is more disruption than last time, so... Oh, come on, this is so bad. This is my side, isn't it? This is like my kids. Oh, come on. This is so hard. This is like such a toss-up for both of us. 2KK is going to be too strong because of this stuff. This one is. Are you on FaceTime? Yeah, she is. Good. I gotta apologize to him. Arya? Are you on FaceTime? No. You're not on FaceTime? Okay.
I was calling with Kendall.
In what? On video chat?
What?
Are you on video chat with Kendall?
Yeah.
Can you suspend it for about 20 minutes? Can you get off of the line with Kendall for 20 minutes? Can you call her back in 20 minutes?
Why?
Because I can't. My game is not playing. It's upsetting the other players. You know. I'm sorry, DreFei.
Well, if you're going to say that
Still bad. What is going on? My daughter is off of the FaceTime now though. Hey JSM, good to see you. Nice. Okay. Blaze is doing good. Good. You can see the stutters, but he's making the better choices in him. It's Jackie. Cannot play reactive though, which is going to be hard because with Jackie, that's usually how I play. Ah! It's going to be so hard. I can't even do that combo. I wish I could. It's okay. He's gonna earn this win anyways, but it's like frustrating because it's like waiting to know when you can attack. It could be too. You're right. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's like not even doing the move I want. This is a fun roll of the dice. It's okay, that makes the results more fair anyways, in a way.
You can't beat me with that.
I'll take a photo. I am going to reset my router. Thank you so much for the tip, JSM. I'm going to reset the router. I don't know when I'll jump back on because my kids are going to be pretty heavy in their use, but I'll try to play. I'll try to play today. I'll try to stream. But yeah, the quality of service stuff, I actually usually turn it off because, but it is a good idea to turn it on for gaming. earlier on, like last year, we were playing on Parsec. The problem with Parsec is that's actually using like Netflix like technology for your gameplay. So because of that, you had to kind of turn the quality of service off, or started to prioritize video. But yeah, okay. So Akai says he will put like an asterisk on that, and I think that's good. I want him to do that. Like it was so like apparently, today was my turn to lag switch everyone apparently. So but as you saw, like how rough that was. I'm glad that that's not a normal thing for me, and I feel bad for people where that's a normal thing for them. So that is rough, but it's funny when it happens just once in a while. Let's see here. Does anyone have any questions before I kill the stream, though? Would you guys anybody have questions about the game, about what they're working on in their game? I'm happy to give tips and advice out. Let's see. Right now we've got like high 30s, level 40 rank, which is probably Japan. So I think a lot of American players are able to fight this level pretty well, and I guess the Japanese actually. I think we're pretty good at that, but we're really hard at like the 41 and above. There's a lot of like gap in knowledge and stuff. So Kai switched it to me. So right now we're watching a replay of VFTV match. So we got onigiryy. It looks like a Westerner's way of writing onigiri, but onigiryy, Aoi, and Tenri Shoko 3. Unless is Ultimate Showdown like switching to Romaji? Does Ultimate Showdown show the Japanese names in Romaji form, which is using English letters? That is really interesting if that's what they're doing, right? Yeah. Then again, it's PSN. PSN's all English, right? So that's probably why. So onigiryy versus Tenri Shoko 3. Interesting set. Yeah, you're right. I just forget that it's because PSN doesn't use international characters. I mean, it does on the email portion and stuff, on the form filling, but not on the PSN network IDs.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Look at, he's got 6996 matches going into this. I am. I actually am, I'm excited for the new costumes. I currently believe that what Ultimate Showdown is doing is releasing the types one at a time on the DLC. So we've got one more before S. And then I'm hoping that the Type S DLC is going to be the one that has like thousands of costume items. The costume items we all want from Final Showdown. And if they do that, I hope they bring back special sparring mode. Not a mode that everyone's going to use, but I still use it. I still think it's nice as a refresher to tell myself, okay, I got to watch even what the AI is doing and remember, okay, it likes to use these, so I'm going to work on, escaping that throw and watch out for that mix-up and crushing that mix-up. So I'm excited for the Tekken costumes. I wish they would do multiples for some characters, because I think Akira should have a Paul costume. I think flat out. I know that yes, Kazuya's the main, so they're like, we're gonna make the Japanese guy look like the Japanese guy. But look at Akira's move list, and that's Paul. Or Paul, it looks more like Paul's move list. Yeah, no, I don't blame people that are not interested in the Tekken content. But I personally like Tekken. I just like VF way more, personally. But I do like Tekken. I think it's actually been proven to help. Like I think you will see some people jumping in VF just because the character they like in Tekken as a costume. It's weird how that is, but I've seen that behavior consistent in almost any kind of gaming that has DLC. You know, the familiar, it doesn't always work that way, right? I mean, if we look at like Riot's projects, right, most of the people that are going to play Project L are going to be fighting game players. It's just going to be mostly fighting game players. It's not going to be like all the League of Legends players decide to play it, but some will, right? Maybe a lot will, because actually it's very expressive. It's a really good way to express your character. So I think Project L has a higher chance of the crossover audience. But look, Legends of Runeterra is one of my favorite games, and it's a card game. It's the League of Legends card game. There's not many League of Legends players playing that game. It's almost all people that had a lot of it is people that were playing the Elder Scrolls card game, and they weren't. And you know, there's a little more overlap with RPG and card games, so that Elder Scrolls makes sense there, right? But for MOBA audiences, I don't know. Like a lot of the League of Legends players I know didn't even touch Legends of Runeterra. So from what I've seen on the trailer for the costumes for the Tekken pack, they showed that it was Lao was Heihachi. That's fine, that works, and Akira is Kazuya. I would like it if they did more, because there's some characters that have overlap between the two sets, right? I think almost for sure Eileen would be Lucky Chloe, but wouldn't it also be cool to have a Ling costume, right? But Ling is more iconic to Tekken, so maybe they'll just do Ling. But I think Lucky Chloe really works there. But that'll also bring all the hate, right? A lot of the fighting game players that are bros are going to be like angry at a Lucky Chloe costume in VF. You know, just like you know, so many people express hate for her in Tekken. But you know, which characters does my daughter want to play? My daughter likes playing Lily and likes playing Lucky Chloe. So. Yeah, but it's true. Okay, and then so I also think, and I think that that's consistently been true. I think a lot of girls really like Lucky Chloe, and many of different types of people like Lily on Tekken. Jackie, it would be good to do Law, right? I'm not going to call that cultural appropriation, because I'm not a cultural appropriation type of, if I'm being honest. I'm a, what was the intent and how bad was the bigotry, you know, the actual bigotry, you know. So, you know, for me, blackface is bad because it was used in a demeaning way. It looks terrible. It intentionally looks terrible. It was completely mocking. The intention was ill. You know, that's what makes blackface really horrible. It's not just that it was inherently bad, though. It's like all levels of bad. But it was intentionally poor taste, and it was intentionally. It expresses a bigotry. So. You know, I apologize if people are offended that I don't get offended by white girl wearing Chinese silk dress for prom. I think that's great. I think it's great if more people in the world like to wear that and think this is a beautiful thing. And it is in history where we see, yeah, significant things ultimately becoming more quote-unquote mainstream casual use among the masses. You know, we don't always have to be stuck in classism and a segregation of art, you know. So anyways, that's a big tangent, and that is a controversial statement, because some people, I know some people totally disagree with that view, with my view on that. So back to it. Well, we got Jason Oliver versus CMONEY. Alright, you know, anybody want to make a bet on this one? This is a VFTV match. Ooh, I would like to fight DreFei. DreFei, I'm gonna work on my connection first, but yeah. But let's watch this thing. I really do want to play DreFei, and let's see if the connection will be better. I would like that. Thank you, Akai. These two do really know each other's games well, though, so it can be a toss-up at times. and it's going to be more high risk too. That time, so that combo that Jason's trying to do, the timing is a little difficult. It's like a 2-frame kill. But even when I try to do crouch backdash, it's still hard to do. Crouch backdash is one way to do kind of a 2-frame kill. But I found that 2-frame kills, I just have better success timing it manually, but my mood can change that, that's a problem. Alright, interesting. CMONEY did like jabs on Nita, right? Let's run the risk of 2k though. Nice sweep. Yeah, like, so I do sometimes wonder if they're just basically, if this is kind of a faux rivalry, you know, that gets really nasty, of course, nasty in its expression, but, you know, because maybe they're just taking it to another level, but, you know, on a personal level, I like both players, so I'm okay with them, so I don't get involved, I don't share the rivalry stuff on Twitter. Just because it's just not my brand. It's not my thing. And I don't actually enjoy it as much. Alright, Dre Fei, let's see what room should we do? Is there a password? My daughter will have permission to use FaceTime though, but I really love fighting Dre Fei. So, alright, what's the password? Is it the same? Let me guess, it's probably the same, right? Nope. Alright, what's 1-2? That's a good one. Alright, it looks green, so, and usually we have good connections, Dre. So, I like that. Let me change my character. Leon. Okay, here we go. Awesome. Always fun to fight. Your Jackie's really good. And I told everybody, like, you observe your opponents, you'll invest time in reading them, so it's one of those, like, understand that's what Dre Fei's doing. You know? Like, your early wins against Dre Fei mean nothing because the guy, like, reads. It is a lot better. Yep, he went for that mid. Alright, delay low. Beginner combo. I love that. I haven't done that combo in like 10 years, but I love that combo. And I've been telling myself to do it sometimes. Because some people are going to stay down, so it's like, oh yeah, do that combo to remind people of how horrible that thing is. Yeah, it's good now, but I think I just had rough connection with one of the players and some stuff, and then, you know, my daughter was on FaceTime too, so. But this is good. I tend to have a good connection with Dre, actually. And I know he has a rough connection with most people. But there is hiccups. There are hiccups in this connection. Like, with the way Dre Fei normally likes to play from when I've played him offline, like, it can be rough because he uses a lot of movement and a lot of checking. A lot of, which I like to do. That's like my goal, right? That's what I want to, how I want to play my VF, is the way Dre Fei typically plays his VF offline. So, it's probably rough. Like, if you ask Dre Fei how it is, I would say, he would probably say it's a rough connection. Because it's not silky smooth. But I also know he's capable of improvising and doing really good in it anyhow. Alright, we're in sets now. Man, built-in delays. That was really good for first round. Alright, here we go, Dre. It's on. Black hair is an annoying color for Leon though. Really? It's not letting me do. I'm like watching my 4-4-3s. Good. Good. That was good. Nope. So that was rough. There was stuff that we would miss because of the hiccups in the connection, but we still were able to play a lot of our options, a lot of poking back and forth, and there was good stuff in there. But there definitely was disruption on both sides. So I'm going to rotate my arcade stick and hope it's just my input errors that were causing some of that. So. Oh, come on. Yeah, don't do that for a second. Oh, I'm glad for the range difference.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Nice. Finish the house. You didn't go on defense. That was good. That's good.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Oh, good. Thought he would finally switch to low. But we're in a point where I can't watch and do it. I have to guess it. Just because of the decent connection. Alright, here we go. But this is good stuff. Lag hits both of us, so this is a match. Nice. Nice, nice.
Round 2.
See if I can make. It's hard to do harder guesses. When I fight when I fight Jackie, it's usually a very reactive battle. It's a lot of take my moments. Good. See, he's adjusted too. He's just like, you're not doing that shit to me. That was really good. Really, really good.
Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout.
Alright.
Round 4. serious fight.
Alright. And Dre Fei, thank you very much for this invitation. I really, really appreciate it.
Round one.
Really, really appreciate it.
Ready, go!
Got a little jacket sweep. Yep, there we go. Completely outplayed. Good round.
Round two.
Alright, here we go.
Ready, go!
Very nice jab.
Round three.
Can't do half stuff.
Ready, go!
I can't do it to late. That combo is going to be way too hard, so I gotta do it with the other combo. Nope, not wrong combo. Can't do that combo online. I can't do that combo on this connection. So it's a really, really frame tight combo. So. I'll do that combo. Whew, good game. I'm glad I read that one. But it would have been horrible if I got sidekicked. So, and then, oh, Jackie's 4K plus G, like, really nasty. Very good game. Good to see you, Shannon. Thank you very much for the support. Alright, usually this stage is a good stage for me. I think well, ranking says otherwise.
Ready, go!
Nice.
Round two. Ready, go!
Good. Good. Okay, I can't do that right now. So I have to do other stuff. Good. He's red like side when I want to do that. Good. He's in the low there. Okay. So my mix-up is half-baked. I have the idea of what I want to do, but I'm doing it in the wrong place. Let's fix that. Nice.
Round 2. Ready, go! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout. Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout.
No, that's how badly synced we are. That was rough, but good game. We were scrapping each other.
Forgot to train, eh? Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout. Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout.
Good game.
What a knucklehead. Round 1. Ready, go!
I balance that.
Knockout. Round 2.
That's thought I rest him up.
Ready, go!
Oh. Good patience. Just wait for low pitch.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Oh, come on.
Knockout. Round 4. Ready, go!
I thought.
Knockout. Round 5. Ready, go!
Good game. Hey Nova, good to see ya. It's really intense. We are fighting on a hiccupy connection. Like maybe it's a fast connection, but there's hiccups that are happening in our game. But I love fighting DreFei. Oh, DreFei, thanks for bringing your Lao on. I love fighting Lao. I love fighting all characters. I really enjoy getting more match experience, and DreFei is like the best sparring one of the best sparring partners you can have. He will play everyone, and he will show you. Like, he can do tech, and he can do all kinds of stuff. We're gonna deal. Wow. We're gonna figure this out. Don't get counter hit by a 6K, that's what I can say. There's just no way that is, like, I'm gonna survive it. Oh, it looked like it switched moves in the middle of that. Okay.
Round 2.
Yeah, no, it's well, I think like there's a lot of elements, but I am gonna reset my router today. Clean there for me. Nice. Be careful with that against Leon. Nice. I hesitated, but I had the right idea. I was like, he's gonna sidekick me, yeah. But he is conditioning me for that too. Punish that backdash. Man, the range is not right. The range is not correct. Side kicked. Like, yeah, backdash. Lao's side kick has just enough range. Really? Even in that situation too? Alright, good to know. Good to know that even in that situation. Are you doing a modified like sidekick? Are you crouch dashing the sidekick? Dre Fei? Oh, that's really good just stuff. Like, he's just reading it. Okay. Now, we always knew sidekick was the option. We're just supposed to punish the sidekick is what we're supposed to do. But, yeah. Okay. It's just basic sidekicks.
Round 1. Ready, go!
I need the PKPM. Actually, 3P per is fine as an answer. We're gonna get through this. Thank you very much for punishing predictable backdash. Getting me back on the correct mindset. Okay. Connection's feeling a little better too. Don't know what it was, but it's feeling better.
Round one. Ready, go!
Notice the Leon uppercut cheese that we've all come to know and love. Alright, we're very wrong.
Round three. Ready, go!
Nice guard break, that's it. Nice. Great hit.
Round four. Ready, go!
But not guaranteed inside.
Knockout.
Nice. Back throw. This is so much fun.
Round five. Ready, go! Knockout.
Good game. Good game. I'm really enjoying this. It's feeling really. It's feeling smoother now too. It's good.
Round one. Ready, go!
I crouched under that.
Knockout.
Yeah, don't want to break the fence.
Round two. Ready, go!
But Lau has a good wall game too, so.
Ring out. Round three. Ready, go!
Oh, I thought I had enough space. That was good. could've just done AK twice in a row.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Really? Ah, good game. That was intense. I was hoping for the splat.
See? I thought I'm better. Round 1. Ready, go!
Yeah.
Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go!
Good. Oh man, it's not gonna work there.
Knockout.
Nice, good choice. Alright, he's gonna take the set. Let's see if we can stop it.
Go!
Yep, that was the correct. Nice.
Knockout. Round 4. Ready, go!
Nice. That was beautiful. Good game. This is like really good. Yeah, I was like gambling. I was like, I think I can do it at this range. Nope. Good game, Dre Fei. Good set. That was awesome. I had so much fun with that set. Really, really good stuff. Hey, Quincy Phones. I'm doing good. I'm fighting Dre Fei, which I'm really happy about.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Yeah, never do that because he's just gonna do the recovery kind of recovery hit. Awesome conversion. It's really good stuff. Glad I get law training. I thought I got it too. thought I guarded high. I was like, I tried to do a fuzzy, but I guarded low. No, it was recovery hit. Stuff. Alright. Man, awesome game. And Dre Fei, nice Lao. Good confirms. Good recovery hit confirms. Oh, I like that opening. One of my favorite Lao openings, actually, or not even openings. One of Lao's maneuvers I like, which is doing Korean backdash type movement with 1P plus K. Okay, got it. Really? I can't believe that crouch dash would get hit by that. Like, I stayed down too. It must be, oh, it's counter hit. It's because I hit a button. Kind of worried that situation. Have to get the other response first. Oh, I squeaked that one by. I thought I was losing that game. Really good game.
I want a serious fight. Round one. Ready, go.
Nice. Good. Good reads. Good reads again. Ah, that was it too.
Knockout. Round two. Ready, go.
Man, delayed that timing. Good mix up of throws, all three directions. Good punish. Good.
Round three. Ready, go.
That's what I was gonna want to do. That trap is always fun. Oh, wow. Here it comes. Oh, oh.
Round four. Ready,
Oh, I thought I got him. Good game. Good game. Man, that third mid is so good. Really, really good. Yeah, never do that. Consistent. He's watching for that. Good. I'm gonna transfer that to her.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Ah, no.
Knockout. Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout. I want a serious fight. Round 1. Ready, go!
That was good. That was so good. They are removable, yeah. They're addable. They're costume parts, yeah. You just like shiny stuff.
Knockout. Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout.
We like shiny stuff. Not really. A lot of stuff's decided very early in the game. Like a lot of stuff's buffered during the recovery of the attack, so. The things that get telegraphed are wake-up options from sound. Like if I roll versus if I tech roll. So that's what will get telegraphed. Yeah, I think that's good. I got the set. So, yeah, I have a huge amount of respect for DreFei.
I thought I'm better.
Yeah, so we find them shiny and distracting, actually. We do react to animations, but we were gonna react to them even without the shiny. But yeah, and so yeah, the higher level we do react to animations for some stuff, but a lot of stuff is kind of red early in advance. So. Man, we will not count a hit. It's all recover. It's not even recovery. It's normal. So Dre Fei doesn't give it out for free. That was so cool. Awesome sequence. Awesome sequence. Really? Oh, come on. That hiccup. That's okay. Oh, come on. Oh, that was good. So, Leon's uppercut has, since like VF2, has had weird properties. It's toned down in this game, but it's still there, where it has weird hitbox properties. So, especially whenever because it switches stances, and like in open stance, it does some weird stuff, and it can beat some situations. So hard, like I tap guard, but I know I want to evade there. But I tap guard. Man, I did back, but I did too late. This is really cool. Like, I'm learning a lot about the string interactions. DreFei has found some stuff here, and I'm finding more stuff. I'm really enjoying. There's a lot of cool stuff that's going on. Ah, that's so good mix up there. Man, that's good. That was it. Oh my god, I stayed alive in that game. Nice. He's like, I'm not gonna let you low that shit. No. What is going on? Not everyone. Nice switch up. I thought it was the other way.
What a knucklehead!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna change this costume. I think I made the most annoying version of the of Leon costume with this one. It's like that. Like I think this costume is the type that you want to punch him in the face for sure. I would have gotten the combo, but it's just I low punched canceled too early. Yeah, there we go. Let's get crazy. No, wrong move. Wrong move. 4-6 plus K off. Nice, that was good. Hey, Sorensen, good to see you. Ah, good game. I lucked out like 3 games in a row, so really good stuff.
I want a serious fight.
This is like so much fun trying to find like it's like workshopping the moves in between the strings, and there's stuff that I should have been doing for a long time that I still haven't been doing. You know, like certain string I should have made until he mixes it up. So there's strings I should not do that. Actually, 3P plus K is the answer there.
bad.
And again, it's really good to see you again, Quincy Bones. How have you been? How have you been? I can't do that against now. VF3 is so awesome. I love VF3. Feels a lot like, it feels kind of Tekken-ish, right? Because of the, like, if you, like, there's a lot of spacing, and if you whiff, you're screwed. So you gotta make determinations on whether your hit's gonna actually work. But you have slope to worry about, so that can change whether a low kick is gonna work, low punch is gonna work. But I love VF3. It's one of my absolute favorite games. Well, I'm not good at it anymore, but I could get good at it again. But it will also mess my me playing this game up. I'm not good at playing multiple games at once. Yeah. The frame data is definitely different style frame data. The 3D movement makes that game like a lot. Like, not makes the game, but it changes the way that game got played. Ooh. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Well, and jabs and low jabs are such low range, but they're really important. So it's just a matter of can they actually work or can they land or not. So if they can't land, it's dangerous to do. But if they can land, they're so good because they stop everything. Yeah, it kind of like modern Tekken looks a lot like VF3, so to me, you know. So I do find it like ironic how that played out. Yeah. It's still very much VF because of the properties of the moves themselves, but the spacing dynamic, the whiff punching in that game is. Like if you miss a low jab, you're so screwed. That side kick will wreck you. The other stuff, like the other options at mid range, will wreck you. So you just can't afford to miss the low jab. Like it's got to connect. You can deal with it if it gets blocked. You just don't want it to whiff. Oh, there it is.
Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go.
That was good. Which VF5 are we talking about? If we're talking about this one, I don't think of it as Tekkenized. I really don't. It's like the opposite. If we're talking about this game, no. And not even vanilla, I would say that. You know, like, I think VF5 vanilla is like a, like they tried to engineer the gameplay after VF4 series, right? They tried to make you want a Bari less. This one, they streamlined Virtua Fighter and they kept it up close. So in this one, I would say that this game wants you to is non-stop situation checking. And so it might have like less of the option selects of the VF4 series and even vanilla, but this one emphasized so much, it streamlined it by making certain aspects easier, but you are always situation checking in this game. The side turn game is very situation check non-stop. The things they did around evade actually are really significant. That if you evade and you don't have a guaranteed hit and you mash, you can get blown up. That was intentional and I like that, but it also prevented something from happening, which was that the way that evade is in this game and the close-up nature and the high damage, if they didn't do what they did to make that heat-seeking property of tracking, if they didn't do that, I think evade into launcher would be way too strong. You would just evade into launcher every time you evaded, and it would be stupid. And the opponent and so what happened is now you got to watch what you do because you can get blown up for trying to just evade launcher if it's not there, you know. And I like that. This game keeps the fight intense and up close, and there's a lot of situation checking. So I think, and VF actually always had that as a goal. So the fact that this game really succeeded at taking it to another level of up close situational awareness. Now, it did, and then it throws into a guessing game, but guessing game is really important, right? I know STL2, a lot of players, STL2 included, John Mog too, would really wish for elbow stagger to return, and I'd like that in VF6. But I think in this game, if elbow stagger, I think the problem with elbow stagger in this game is it would be you would just be intermediate people would be blowing up beginners just for it, beginners would just get so blown up by simply block, low punch, elbow, they get staggered launcher, right? And that would be and then it would suck at the lower level of the game because of the high damage of this game. But it's really good in the classic damage, where I think this game made it easier to combo everyone. Every character can combo really well, right? Whereas classic VF combos are a lot shorter, and except for some characters, and so there was a more strategic pace in the other VS, which I love. This game is a lot more tactical. You don't really you don't get enough information to read completely in a single round. You get some, but a lot of rounds can be stolen, and so it's good. In that sense, it's just a little different. But in VF3, this game has got VF3 levels of damage just done differently. I would say the damage in this game is a lot more like VF3, but you still have a lot more of a strategic flow in VF3. This game is a more of a tactical flow with long-term reads. And I do like elbow stagger, but I think in this game it would have been too much with the damage level. It would just be rank 20 people, or rank 30s would be a lot of okay, whoever can get the elbow stagger is going to win. But then high level doesn't matter because everyone will break, so it'll be the guessing game between throws. And alright, I'm going to focus here. Really nice. I love Dre Fei's movement. Some of the best. Yeah, I think this game succeeded in forcing the close range. Even more than previous VFs, which that was the goal too, with those games. But this game really lived up to that ideal. Whereas in VF4 and VF5 vanilla, you can do a lot of crouch backdash, like you can chain them in movement, and so those ones have a movement that looks a little more like the Korean backdash. And Korean backdash, the term came from VF3 because of Ige Lau and Akira Kid, who's later called Shins. They dominated the international tournament in the early days of VF3 with Korean stepping, right? It just dominated and upended like people's ideas of how to play VF3. And then VF3, and then the Japanese later got very good at that too, and found out other theories too of how to play that game. So watching the Beat Tribe matches in VF3 TV is just amazing. But yeah, because it forces the up-close engagement and the pace, right? Tekken has a lot of knowledge checks, which is awesome. And Tekken has powerful backwards movement, which is also awesome. And so there's a lot of punishing mistakes, but also creating opportunities for filmmaking mistakes. This game is just non-stop like paper, rock, scissor, in a way. And yeah. But I love the way that VF3 series and VF4 plays with their Korean step, and you know Tekken even tried to moderate the Korean step. So yeah, so this game really did a good job of everything is actually kind of simple, but you're doing it at such a rapid pace that it's hard to make the right decision because of that. And you still have mix-ups, so there's technically no one right. Yeah. Just simple part. Sorry, Dre Fei wants me to play with more thought, so I will play with more thought now. Sorry, Dre Fei. But anyways, yeah. But I think you get the idea. Yeah, what I was saying about this game's placement in the VF series. But I mean, it's still VF. It's weird because like we can jump from VF game to VF game and learn it quickly and play it really well. So there's a unifying thing that is VF. That was so weird how we swapped positions. DreFei is gonna call BS on that. He was like, what was that? That was not what I wanted. That was. Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of interplay between Tekken and Virtua Fighter. I think there's even team members that have gone from one to the other, and I would say three in the long run, like 3 did not feel at all like Tekken, but it feels like Tekken has become a lot like 3. And then 4, there's definitely some things on the structure, but the VF4 still plays very different. But you know what? In VF4, a lot of DreFei I think came in during VF4 with Team Hydra. I'm not sure about that, but I think so. And a lot of Tekken players migrated to Virtua Fighter 4 because, well, they weren't happy with Tekken 4, I think in retrospect, Tekken 4 is a really cool game, but it's just, it does feel light compared to some of the other Tekken games, you know. And Tekken 4 definitely feels like they're trying to do more VF stuff. And, you know, okay, VF does try to do more Tekken stuff with, like, Go and Brad are definitely, I think, were designed to be appealing to people that play Tekken, right? And John is also definitely in that camp, too, right? Whereas Taka is meant to attract Virtua Fighter players, John is meant to attract Tekken players, you know? And maybe, and actually, this might make sense, Eileen, maybe she was meant to actually grab the Soul Calibur players. Like, the ones that like the female characters, right? Man, he's just got that like on muscle memory. Oh, very good game. But I do love how Tekken ultimately becomes like this power fantasy game, in my view, right? Where like the punches just like everything's visceral in Tekken, and I love that. Like, you know, like your opponent, you can feel the hits so badly, you know, and it's like watching those action movies where like it's like a super soldier action movie, you know. Whereas like I think Virtua Fighter has always wanted to be like a kung fu film or a Japanese martial arts film, or even like the American ones, you know. You know, only like a little exaggerated physics, but mostly it's trying to be an like cinematic martial arts. And I do feel that there's a big parallel between. I've said this so many times now, but Virtua Fighter is a lot like martial arts. The idea, the concept of like the appeal, and that's what I love about it. You know, the Virtua Fighter in me, but also the martial arts fan in me is like, I want martial arts to be popular again, right? It's ironic because that same side is the side that loves Jeet Kune Do and Bruce Lee, but it's also Bruce Lee and Jeet Kune Do does pave the way for the mindset for mixed martial arts. So that's kind of the irony, right? It's like, oh, I long for classic martial arts, and I might think about Bruce Lee, but you're like, well, okay, but Bruce Lee is represented best by mixed martial arts, by the mixed martial arts approach, you know. But it's the interdisciplinary aspect of martial arts that I think also, like VF kind of like rewards that, and that might be a biased comment, right? But that's how I feel about this game. But you know, every fighting game has that too. Every fighting game wants you to train on certain things. Where I feel VF's a little different is just you're still gonna use all these moves, but like you want to learn these other contexts for them. You want to like the game is open enough to where you use things in different contexts. There's a best use for them, but the more you play it, the more you find, oh, I can kind of do this with this. I can do that with this, and so I have all this opportunity to use all these different moves in many different ways, not just one. But there's a lot of structure still. Alright, giving you my all now. I need to rotate my arcade stick because I keep doing like 9 when I want to do 3. That makes no sense for me. Alright, that was loose. Not too loose. That was really good throw. Good choice. That was awesome. Okay. Alright. Okay, DreFei, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this. Hi, Arya. Yeah, we can do that. Hey, Jimmy, good to see you.
Ready, go!
Yep. That was nasty. Why am I getting 9? Because the stick's rotating. It's not the stick that's actually rotating. It's not the stick that's rotating, it's my desk mat.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Oh, I got it in time this time. Yeah, I'm still gonna eat it. Good, he switched back to that. Oh, I got through. Oh, Dre Fei, thank you very much. That was a really good game. I'm gonna have to call it there, but I want to fight Dre Fei more. Like, I rarely get the chance to fight Dre Fei. But I think I need to call it because I need to have lunch. I didn't eat yet all day. And need to take care of my kids. Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. Do one more. And let me change the costume because this costume not my favorite. Okay, you get to watch one more, Inger. DreFei is probably gonna totally kill me this next one though, because I'm telling him this is the last one for this afternoon. Maybe we can play later, but DreFei, thank you so much for playing. I really appreciate it. I'm also glad you played Juice Box this week. Nice. I don't know if that was intentional, but that was good. Just see what he does and punish him. No more guessing games. Nice. Over. Oh. I hate it when that happens too. That was rough.
Ready, go!
See, this is DreFei reading. DreFei is a good show of patience. It's interesting, like, I feel like things that DreFei has represented really well. Yeah. Really good, like, movement and speed. But then he also is patient. So it's scary to have all of that. If you play him offline, he's very terrifying. Like, he just moves non-style. Or he's capable of it. But he's also capable of being this zen patience. Yeah. Oh. Ah, I thought I was going to duck that. That's good. Oh, I was trying to half circle forward punch. I do. That's why I'm having so much fun with this matchup, Jimmy. I do want to, but how do I put this? If I have more time, I would love to play VF4 Final Tuned a lot and VF3 TV. But I'm going to focus on Ultimate Showdown. It's going to be the main focus because Sega is watching and I want to support the main game. But I love, like, so all three of those games I love equally. I'm going to be honest. I like them all for their own place in VF. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not kissing up to the current game. So the current game gets priority because it's the current game. But make no mistake, I love this game as much as I love the other games. Like, those three are, like, including Evo, so 4 games are, like, on the same place in my book. And that's VF3 2B, VF4 Evo / Final Tune, both of those, and Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, which is this game. And so that's why this game gets more attention, because it is the more current game. Sega is still watching Virtua Fighter. And so I want to do anything I can to help towards VF6, but this game's worth doing that for. No matter what, I know what other people are saying when they pick another game, but I really think that this game succeeded on so many levels. And I've also been able to fight more competition in this game because you know, okay, Dre Fei was in Florida, so he had a lot of people that could do multiple throw escapes. But in Oregon, I literally was the only person doing multiple throw escapes in Virtua Fighter 4, the whole series, you know? So, like, so Final Showdown felt really good when the field can fight with you on those things. And Ray and I had an amazing rivalry. Like, Ray is an amazing player. He makes up for not doing multiple throw escapes as well. You don't have to. He's like Itazan. You gotta just do Yomi and you execute combos better, you know? So, the thing about multiple throw escapes, they are wonderful. I love them too, as much as anybody else. But what they are is an investment in skill versus just to have the chance at layering your defense more, and to really restrict what your opponent can do on offense, but your opponent can still have an offense that flat out wins, right? Like, multiple throw escapes is a tax on protection from Abari, you know? Or no, not that, my bad. From like guard break, rec stat, right? Guard break is like, I don't care. And the other options too that will beat it. But it just makes throwing harder, right? Yeah.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Yeah. Hey, and I feel you, Quincy. So I definitely would love to play you on. Also, Quincy, which state are you in? Are you in Canada or are you in U.S.? And if you're in U.S., which state or region are you? You can say region if you don't want to say which state.
Ready, go!
Oh, Toronto. Okay, so the problem. Okay, the awesome thing is there's always players in Toronto. And so you have an offline scene, and Portland has one too. But the downside is, it means Parsek's not an option for us, and I wish it was, because then, like, Parsec is a great way to play this game, and I would do that.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Yeah, Jimmy understands my concern that, like, the FT is not yet working for everybody, or even half of all the people that could play it, but it's working really good for those that can now. Like, it's getting better. Oh my god, sorry DreFei. This is definitely the last set. So, also, Jimmy, regarding your comment about being able to talk and play, for me, VF is a game where you fight in different modes, right? And they're all good. So right now, like when I'm talking and playing, I'm allowing myself to use my subconscious to process things that to play on more of a gut level. And that level of play can be very scary too. Like I win a lot on that level of play. But then there's also the playing with the active focus too, which is the strongest form, but also the most mentally taxing. And so that one you can only play I think I see players clock out at about 1 hour when they're playing like that. I think that's the limit, is about an hour. It did. No, DreFei, sorry that last set just died on connection, but these were awesome matches. Thanks for bringing out Lau. Like, I really do like training against Lau, and it was a good matchup. So thanks so much. I had a lot of fun fighting you. I always love fighting you, DreFei. So yeah, so even really strong players I admire, they focus differently, right? That said, the scariest might be Nelly, because I think Nelly will play with a lot of focus for a long period of time, just staring and just and adjusting non-stop, right? But some players can play on feel most of the time. And I think that's a perfectly valid way to play, but you have to keep yourself in check, and that's what I've been working on too. Because I like to play on feel actually by nature. So, yeah, good games. Thanks a lot, Jimmy. Thanks, Quincy. But I feel like as long as I stayed sharp and running the options, then you're allowed to do stuff because of the conditioning aspect of this game, and you can feel when you've conditioned your opponent, right? You're like, okay. He's starting to move a little more, or he's standing still a little more, or he's very aggressive, and so that can guide your feel, and that's why you can kind of feel out the opponent. This game rewards that as well as the thinking, right? And then the thinking is more which are optimizing your options or keeping yourself more safe too. Yeah, and so this game you get to master both sides of that, you know. One of the players in America that I like a lot is Y2D, and Y2D is scary because Y2D's got a cruising mode that is kind of really scary because it doesn't make many mistakes, but it plays a very high-speed game. But then once you threaten him, you might start seeing his kill mode, and his kill mode I think can run for about 40 minutes. His kill mode is really, really scary. It will just demolish you, it will read you, it'll punish you, it'll not let you do anything at all. And so I observed that in a lot of players. And I think a lot of people that don't have as much experience fighting in tournaments or even in arcade are sometimes fall into the trap of the fixed mindset trap of thinking how am I going to play? They think they have to play perfect to win a tournament, and it's not true. So, the most consistent quality in the tournament champion for me is the person that can play when they have adrenaline. That's probably top, because adrenaline tilts you. You have positive adrenaline, negative adrenaline, but it hits you in tournaments like nothing else. When you go up on stage and you play in front of a crowd, usually there's a lot of adrenaline, and some players turn that adrenaline into tap the zone through adrenaline. But the zone only happens if you've been practicing a lot and have really been pushing yourself in before that, and then the adrenaline hits, and then suddenly the game is in slow motion for you. I've hit the zone a few times. It's insane, and it's a cool experience. You can't stop your mistakes, but you can but you can acknowledge when they're happening, and so then you're able to, if you were normally going to do something, you kind of tell yourself, nope, I don't have to do that, I can do this, and it's editing your moves in real time, editing your sequences in real time, and it feels slow. Like the game, you can see the normal speed of the game, but the sensation is that it's in slow motion. And so it's kind of like when you're watching anime and they're showing that in sports anime, or boxing movies when they slow everything down, but the guy's doing really good, like Neo in The Matrix. That's what it feels like to me in the zone. So, yeah. And the zone is not too different from playing the subconscious play, but it has a conscious component to it, like hyper-conscious component to it. So anyways, yeah, everyone have a good one. Thank you very much for the support, and I'll see if I can do a raid somewhere too. Sorry. I like to talk, so. And I like to share war stories, you know, so. We got Mr. Broken, and we got B-Ninja. I'm going to support B-Ninja. B-Ninja, very different pace from me, so enjoy his energy, very high energy, can be a bit loud, so lower your volume a little. But B-Ninja is a really fun guy. It's been fun watching him learn VF and level up each character. And he's working on Pi now, so feel free to give him advice. Everyone take care. Thank you so much.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Wow, Jib's from Europe? I mean, Porcupine from Texas. That's amazing.